Hello, Pete and Janet. I hope you're having a wonderful September so far. It's been an exciting month for us, for me personally. I was injured on August 2nd, 2007 at 7 p.m. in the evening, but I had a 2.5-hour lunch that day at the Capital City Club, so just less than 7 hours before my injury, and I was talking about investing in a company out of Harvard and MIT called In Vivo Therapeutics that was developed by Bob Langer and the Vacanti brothers. There are 5 Vacanti brothers. One has Down syndrome. The other 4 have an MD or a PhD or both from Harvard or MIT. And as a result of that lunch, one of my friends at lunch with me when I broke my neck, 7 hours later, less than 7 hours later, called Chuck Vacanti to find out about this research, breakthrough opportunity for spinal cord repair that we'd been looking at that day. And Chuck was then the head of anesthesiology at Harvard Medical School and Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, and just dropped everything to help us. I mean, he had classes going on, surgery going on, and just walled himself in his office. We could hear students knocking on the door to answer my family's questions, address any concerns, talk about how to give me the best opportunity for recovery. And the Rick Hansen Institute, which is now called Praxis, their head of commercialization was going to be in Boston a week or 2 ago, giving the commencement address at Vassar, or getting some alumni award at Vassar. And I was trying to make introductions for her, so I reached out to Chuck, who I had connected with in about 15 years, and he actually, I'm sure didn't remember who I was, but he ended up pocket dialing me. But he was very friendly, just as he had been. And as we caught up, it sounds like he explained that he'd been doing a clinical trial at St. Kitts with monkeys, green monkeys. They're infested with them. They'll actually pay you to kill them. They've got bounties out on these monkeys. So doing clinical trials is no problem. And they actually were getting monkeys back to full health with a fully transected spinal cord. And so as I began to talk to Chuck and then his brother Marty, his brother Jay is business partners with Bob Langer, but they actually offered to set up a clinical trial just for me and get an individual compassionate care or other waiver from the FDA and do a dog study at the University of Georgia, which I'm going to reach out to Sonny Perdue about that. So very excited about that clinical trial. In addition to that, I talked to the governor's campaign manager, Bobby Sparrow, I believe, earlier this week. Finally, got him very excited about the X Prize. The governor has several billion, both federal stimulus, COVID funds, relief funds, and $1 billion or more of surplus from the state of Georgia. So he then called the deputy campaign manager who had actually been in my home, and I received a prophetic word about that people from leadership politically were going to be in and out of my home. And he had been here. I had about a 3 or 4 hour meeting with Tim Tebow, and he was in that meeting, but I didn't know who he was. So we're waiting for a call back for Kelly, and that $7 million would allow us to do the X Prize. We hope to do at least a $25 million X Prize for spinal cord repair, and as much as $100 million. But whatever it is, it'll be 20x the purse size. So at $100 million, it's $2 billion. At 25 million, it's obviously 500 million. Invested in a cure for paralysis globally. So we're extremely excited about that. We are working hard on ARPA-H to get that moved to Atlanta as well. Kelly had a meeting earlier this week with the new chairman, the incoming chairman of the Shepherd Center, and they are absolutely thrilled about the X Prize, about partnering with us on innovation, about making us the key advisor on innovation for the Shepherd Center. And they're doing a $430 million capital campaign. They're going to commit $40 million to innovation. And the person chairing that, Ron Stewart, tried to get his wife half a dozen times into Shepherd to do the clinical trial we're doing on the West Coast with Ignacio and Reggie Egerton, UCLA and USC. but Shepherd was not able to do it, and they really do want to change and become more innovative. And I think this is going to end up, this house, being a skunk works, and we have some donors that are interested in buying the house and donating it to Henry, because I've constantly got spinal cord patients, as I do now, and multiple caregivers that I'm paying for to make the clinical trial available. But we would then be partner with Shepherd, hopefully partner with Emory, partner with the VA on Emory's $1 billion neuroscience center. So very, very excited about each of those opportunities. And then finally, we have continued our conversations with Thomas Osborne, who's the head of innovation at the VA. He's in Palo Alto. And we're going to try to actually get ARPA-H funding to launch a venture fund with the VA to drive innovation across, obviously, the largest health system in the United States. So I'm just so grateful, Pete, to you and Janet for your generosity in making everything I'm doing possible. This Lokomat partnership with the VA, the collaboration with the Shepherd Center, Georgia Tech, Emory, USC, UCLA. So thank you so much. God bless you both. I hope you have a wonderful September. Take good care.